Hello guys, what's up? This is the Master Battle, and I'm going to show you my Luck and Logic Tamaki deck profile. I decided to go for the Tamaki deck because it more suited the playstyle I liked, and after playing it with just the trial decks, I expanded it with the booster pack. So this is only going to be using the cards that are currently released, and I'll start with the foreigners. So first, I run 2 ALCM member Xiaolin, more so for her the early game with the Vanguard effect, being able to pop an early gate, and also fill up my drop zone if need be, just so I can pull out bigger places with the other Tamakis. So after that, we have 4 incomplete talent Xiaolins. This is useful for especially when you get to more power bonds Tamaki, to make everything even bigger with the 1,000 to all units during my turn. And then, of course, one of the key cards in the deck, 4 Girl That Likes Sweets Xiaolin. She's amazing with counter shop Tamaki, because instead of becoming a just drop a Tamaki member to the drop, essentially becomes the adding the countercurrent shock Tamaki to my hand. So always useful, so it makes the minus for tranceunion even less. Now going to the level 1 logicalist. Even though this is a Tamaki deck, I do run 3 Achieving Her Goal Sena. Reason for that is the early game just being the fact that to make sure I keep more logicalists, even if I lose her when she goes, I drop the member from the top of my deck, but if it's a Tamaki or Sena tranceunion, I get to add it to my hand instead, so I get to replace the resource instead of losing it, as this deck will do. Now, not everyone's going to have this, but then I run 3 Changing Clothes Tamaki. The reason for this is early game pressure, and also with a Power Bonds Tamaki, she's still an 11k by herself, even as just a regular logicalist. And of course, then I run 4 in a Rush Tamaki. This is better for the late game push, and the more defensive card, as it allows me to give my member 3,000 extra defense during my opponent's turn to counter aggression. Now going to the tranceunions, I start with 2 Monitoring Tamaki, again more defensive card, just extra defense by dropping the card during my opponent's turn. The main 2 I run, even though she has a low base power, the Countercurrent Shock Tamakis, which whenever they get sent to the drop by a yellow Dysphoria member, they simply get added to my hand instead, which is useful. Now as for the level 3s, we have 2 Summoned by the Ocean Tamaki. Again, no, actually, I apologize. 4 Summoned by the Ocean Tamaki. And again, similar to the level 2, just more defense during my opponent's turn. And then 2 Yellow Dragon of Rage Tamaki. This is more useful for, even though with the low base power, she buffs all the other Tamaki, which is the one of the goals of the deck. Now look at the 4s. We have 2 Towards the Future Together Tamaki. This is my alternate tranceunion to his general one to get the Power Bonds Tamaki, but she's useful for recovering for a power turn if I can't go into Power Bonds. And then, of course, the Ace card deck, we have 4 Power Bonds Tamaki. This is the main gambit of the deck. And basically, as long as I have 3 or more Tamaki tranceunions, I activate her Logic Drive and give power plus 4,000 all Tamaki to end the turn. So, basically, she's my big pusher every turn. Now, I do run 4 tactics. I run 2 Defense Tactics Lecture. Very useful for the plus 10,000 during your opponent's turn for just 1 stock, so very useful there. And then for the other tactics, I run 2 Speak with My Fist, more versatile than the one with the trial deck, because not only do I get the ore, but instead of just calling a top card from the top of the deck, I call a card, for any card from my drop zone to the battle zone. So much more versatile in that regard. And then for paradoxes, 4 Artbark on stage, pretty standard there with the extra power in case the paradox error gets resolved. And then I run 4 Dragon Cradle, which is useful for gaining cards back from my drop again, which is the whole point of the deck. So there's my Luck and Logic, and I hope you enjoyed and follow my channel also for Unchained X videos. Thank you and goodbye.